This car right here is my BMW M240i, and over the past couple months, it's been well and truly neglected. Let me hop in and I'll show you guys. So I'm a bit ashamed of this, but when I actually start this car, let's hear how many warning lights come up. This got to be a world record for BMW. Oh, there's one. There's one. One warning. Two warning. Three warning. See, I've got like 5 warnings on the dash.
And I'm not proud of myself.
Now, I do hate to make excuses, but I'm gonna make one, okay? The new kind of series on the channel is restoring cars. So I've currently got my BMW E46 that I have restored from being abandoned under a tree for 4 years. And I've also got my £250 Mini Cooper that was heading to the scrapyard that I've been focusing on as well. So it's just taking all my funds and all my time away from my pride and joy, my BMW M240i.
Advantage got me cruising at home. All the roof and the pain that it causes. They ran through with the food that they own.
It's a bit of a shame that I've really neglected this BMW M240i. It was my dream car at one point. And I don't know, everything on this car is just very expensive. Modifications are expensive. Fixing it is
Can't even talk.
Fixing it is expensive. Petrol's expensive. Road tax is expensive. A full tank will go by quicker than the solar eclipse, mate.
Bye, have a great time.
But back when I was 17, tinkering around with my little Vauxhall Corsa with 60 brake horsepower, never in a million years did I think I'd have a car that ran 320 brake horsepower stock, let alone 450 brake horsepower right now on a stage 2 remount. So for my younger self, it is absolutely disrespectful, and to you guys who allowed me to get this car, to neglect this car any longer. So in today's video, we are not leaving my driveway until this car is fixed and is spiced up like the Spice Girls with some cheeky modifications and some upgrades.
Now, the first warning light on the dash is actually for the brakes. Oh my goodness, that's actually worse than I thought. If you can actually see right there, that is the brake pad. My best guess of that measurement, it would be like a slice of ham, basically. Not even a pack of ham, a slice of ham. That is crazy. It is actually a lot better on the rears, however, it's still not great. I would say that's probably like 6 or 7 slices of ham, basically. This right here is the warning light that we are going to be sorting out right now. Take journey at moderate speed. Don't tell me what to do.
And there it is right there as well, brake system. That's what I get every time I start the car.
Every time I start the car, they just nag me. It's like having a missus, just nagging me all the time. All the time. Like, give me a break.
Now, luckily for me, we've actually got a care package that is going to sort this right out. I mean, honestly, sign me up for Bollywood at this point.
The BMW M240i has been spoiled. The legends down at ProBite have actually sent out their brake disc and brake pads for the M240i behind us right now. So yeah, let's get the car jacked up and get these installed.
Getting straight into the brakes, we start off by punching out the retaining pins with a punch, holding the pads and the retaining clip in place. Then we can remove the pads finally. Proper quick process. And is this not the most satisfying thing? It feels like I'm taking toast out the toaster, ready to put some Nutella on it. Oh, I'd do a brake change every week just to feel that feeling again. Anyway, moving on to the rear of the brakes, there's just 2 80mm caliper carrier bolts holding the caliper on. Some people out here speaking 8 different languages and I can't even speak one.
Bloody hell, you're heavy.
Woo. Now it's time to install these brand new, sexy ProBite discs. As you can see, they've actually got slots to them compared to the stock one. And this actually helps channel heat, brake dust, and gas. Not that type of gas. Which actually leads to better cooling, more efficient braking. And it does this by keeping the face of the disc cleaner and dissipating heat. And it actually cleans the face of your pads while you're driving for a more efficient bite. It's like cleaning your dishes while you're still eating dinner. It's crazy. Additionally, we are actually pairing the disc up with the ProBite pads. And these are just like the stock ones if they went to military camp. They're just made up of a much more aggressive, robust compound than the stock ones, which improves the bite and overall braking performance compared to the OEM stock brakes. Combining these discs with these pads, God bless your mum when she cuts me up in traffic and our brake checker. God bless her.
Sometimes I genuinely think, who let me anywhere near a car?
Oh my God!
also need to change the brake wear centers as they are a one-time use. You can actually see the 2 wires got worn down so much where they broke the circuit, which threw a light onto the dash.
Right, so we've got the new sensor in, as you can see right there. And it goes all the way routed back to the junction box right now. And that's actually the front brakes all done. Right, so both front and rear brakes have been installed to the BMW M240i, and look at these bad boys. Whee! Obviously with new brake pads and brake discs, we have got a bedding in process, so they're still bedding in, but boy, do they look absolutely naughty. Absolute, look at that. Whee! I can honestly say at the minute, I'm only using 10% left foot braking. But any more, mate, I'm gonna have to dive into my windscreen excess on my insurance, because I'm gonna be going through the windscreen. So much more bitier than the stock brakes. Now with the brakes on this car, unfortunately, we've replaced the brake wear sensor, but we are still actually getting a fault on the dash when we actually launch it up. Right there, brake warning, still. But of course the BMW's being a silly goose. We've replaced the brake wear sensors and the brake pads. And that is why I keep telling you guys about it. But we are going to be using the Carista EVO today to actually reset the brakes and also update the service information through the BMW system. Because if you actually go to vehicle information, service requirements, we can actually see the front brakes need changing. And they're overdue 3,100 miles. So quite simply, we're going to grab the Carista device, plug it into the OBD port. So now that we're in, if we click service, we can actually use our DIY service procedures. We can actually click service indicator reset, and we can actually click reset on the front pads, which I can click now. Now it's going to tell the device from English to gibberish. Front brake pads have been reset. I'm also going to reset the rear brakes. So now if we actually turn the car on, we can actually see that there is no more brake warning light, which was there before.
Now, not only does this device perform DIY service procedures, it can also
read and diagnose check engine lights and fault codes and tell you exactly what is wrong with your car.
So the next time you're in this position,
No! A check engine light! This is the 5th time this week!
you can simply plug the device in, click diagnose, and find out exactly what fault is behind that cheeky engine light.
And that right there is great because it saves you time and money taking your car to a mechanic and saving you money on diagnostic fees. And I think one of the coolest features about this Carista EVO is you can actually unlock hidden features on certain makes and models of cars, just like this BMW F22. So from the side of the road, we can customize all of these different options, including the coming home and leaving home lights. Leaving home lights is actually where you lock the car, walk away from it, and the lights will actually stay on for 20 seconds, or you can actually increase it all the way up to 255 seconds. We can actually customize that to a absolute T, from the brightness to the duration. I personally like the digital speedo on the dash, so we're going to activate this from the side of the road right now. And another great feature I like for BMW specifically is the auto stop start to remember its last state. But now I don't even have to press it because it remembers I don't want it on.
We don't like auto stop start.
You can actually see what hidden features are available for your car, if any, using the link in the description for free. In Carista, we can actually even look into the live data from the car, from the transmission, to the car battery, to the turbo, the engine data. So this car stupidly does not tell me on the dash what the oil temperature or coolant temperature is at. But using this, I can see that the coolant's at 95 degrees and the engine oil temperature is just warming up at 90 degrees. The two most important information about the car, and it doesn't even tell me on the dash. As well as a whole load of other features to make sure this car is running in tip-top shape. And if it isn't, we know exactly what isn't. Amazing thing to keep in your glove box. Read fault codes, customize your car from the side of the road. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description. And if you guys would like to pick up a Carista EVO, click the link in the description as well. And use my discount code Michael25 for money off your Carista EVO device. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound. Now let me drive off. Bye bye. Whee!
Now the brake light's fixed, we can actually start ripping apart the interior.
Jesus Christ, honestly, if your mate's got an F22 BMW, not a single screw in that door card, you can just nick it.
So if your missus has got a BMW 2 Series and she pisses you off, just take the door cards out. When she apologises, she can have the door cards back. But the reason we're actually taking apart the interior is because we have a huge issue with these seatbelts on the BMW. And the problem is, they're actually quite simply boring. This next thing we're actually doing to the BMW is either going to be loved by you lot or hated, but I'd love to hear your honest opinions. But now that all 4 seatbelts have been taken out, it's time to send this to a secret location. And that place is actually Vibe Belts, where we're sending off these boring seatbelts to come back looking like Cinderella, fine as hell. They crackle with my belt, I decided to install a new gear selector to the BMW M240i just to tie everything in nicer together. We switched the hardware over from the old gear selector to the new one and then simply clip it back on and screw it back into place. As simple as that.
It doesn't really match with that little silver plastic bottom triangle thing. So what I've actually done is I've taken it off the car and I've sanded it down, and now we're going to spray paint it.
Gloss black to match with the other gloss black pieces in the car, as well as the gear gator.
And there we actually go. The gloss black gear gator is on, as well as the gloss black cover at the bottom. It all ties nicer together because I got this gloss black center console piece that I actually bought. So it all ties in a lot nicer now. It does look good, it does look good. But the thing is, I can always smell your guys' comments. You guys got eyes like a hawk. So it's not perfect, but you can't buy these things online in gloss black. So till that day, we're gonna be rocking the spray painted one, which I don't think is too bad. I don't think it looks too bad. Maybe I'm just panicking. I know what you guys like. You guys like my mum. You're so strict. I'm like a kid who's scared about getting told off by the parents, and you're the parents. You guys can be pretty ruthless sometimes. But I do think overall, it does tie in nicer with the gloss black console, gear gator. Good. There you go. So if you guys want to pick yourself up one, then click the link in the description
To the Ricer Boys store, where I actually pick and pack every single order from my office right here. Whether you have a BMW just like me, we have everything to cater for you, from the yellow DRLs on my specific BMW. We got the crash bars that are on my specific BMW, carbon fiber paddles, carbon fiber fuel caps, little start-stop buttons, as well as traction control buttons, pedals. Basically every single part on my BMW I sell on the website. Or maybe you don't have a BMW, but you might have Volkswagen paddle shifters. We got Vauxhall products, Mini products, Citroen products, Fiat products. Click the link in the description today and use discount code VIDEO for 20% off your little legends. Now, quite a bit of time has passed since I sent those belts off, and I don't know where they've gone, right? I think the guys honestly flew to Zimbabwe to cut the materials to make me some new good looking belts, but so we can't unfortunately get them installed right now. But right behind me, we've actually got something that we're going to be installing to the M240i today. Oh, that's my belly. I'm a bit hungry, mate. I've only had some crunchy nut today. It literally looks like a drug package from the cartel, that does. But let's actually grab this, head downstairs, and we can actually show you exactly what this is. Alright, so if you've watched the channel for a very, very long time, you'll know that there's one thing about this car that I've hated from the very moment I got it. And if you guys know BMW, let's talk ProNav. ProNav is the bigger, nicer and better screen and head unit for the BMWs. And I believe it also comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But this comes at a big price. £1,000 on this specific side. Now, of course, my bank account doesn't have the capacity for £1,000 for a head unit. So we've got a different solution. So I want you guys to guess how much this head unit here cost me. And I'll let you go. Right, I'll give you 5 seconds. Play the countdown music.
This actually cost me £180. So with that saving of about £1,300 we've saved going from the Pro Nav screen. We could have stayed at this bloody castle. Genuinely, like £1,100 a night. We could have bought an iPhone 16 Pro. I could buy a new garage door for that price. Oh, we're almost there. Oi, there we go. Oh yeah. Oi, that looks nice. Oh mate, you know what? I've dealt with this. This screen on the dash that I have right now, it's like a Nintendo DS that's been snapped in half because the guy rage quit at Super Smash Bros. Let's see if this cheap Temu head unit is worth anything. It looks nice.
Now, the one really annoying thing about this Temu head unit is it needed an aux cable run down to the input for the aux for the car, which meant I had to make a little hole to make this a proper flush installation with no wires showing. Now, once I made that hole, I made another hole to pass the aux cables through the center console, which will come down, push into the hole and into the armrest compartment, which we could then plug into the aux. Proper faff of a job. But now at least, when I actually get this car back together, you won't be able to see any cables unless you look in that armrest compartment. Quite simply, with this new head unit, it was actually a plug and play system. We just connected the cable up to the OEM head unit, so that stays in the car. We just have a new screen pretty much.
You know what time it is. Oh, it's peeling time, baby. Yeah, boy! It does look really, really nice, to be fair. I'm just hoping it turns on. Don't even know if it's touchscreen. I have not a clue. Let's see what £180 head unit looks like in a BMW.
Now, boy oh boy, does this look clean. Unfortunately, though, we won't be able to test this out until the seatbelts come back and we reconnect the battery. So that brings me perfectly onto the next clip.
Just like that, we've actually got this box that has just arrived today and I'm buzzing for it. Let's crack this bad boy open. Right then, inside here, we've actually got the long-awaited. It looks like little dead bodies. I actually sent these off to Vibe Belt, where they actually re-webbed these in a completely new color. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are going to guess what color I've gone for, but I have actually gone menstrual cycle red. Look at that. These are actually post-box red, but that's gonna be so good. Look at that. Bro, it's like I'm wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. Jeez. Right, so one bolt at the top, second bolt at the bottom. Oh, mate, that is already looking fresh as hell.
Quite simply slotting in the front seat belt, one bolt holding it at the bottom, one bolt holding it at the top, then another bolt holding it to the floor.
And the last piece of the puzzle is the rear seats. And there we actually go, guys. Seats are now all back in. Look how sick they look. Oi! So right there, that is actually the seatbelt and Apple CarPlay all installed to the BMW M240i, which is sitting lovely right here. So obviously, if you're colorblind, right, I'm going to describe this car to you, mate. It's red. Inside the car, we have actually got these bright, brand new seatbelts right here. Look how much nicer they look than the bog standard, boring black ones. I'm not saying black's horrible. I'm not being racist against black seat belts. I promise. Oh, mate, it's just a fashion statement. Why? Mate, Michael's gone from a 5 out of 10 to a 6.5 out of 10. Just from the seat belts, I'm telling you. I think they look savage. But the main star of the show is actually something I've been waiting for so long. Oh, my God. And that is actually Apple CarPlay. So most of you guys at home will probably be sat with Apple CarPlay from factory. And what I can say to you is,
suck your mum.
the fact that I've been living in the slumps without Apple CarPlay is ridiculous, but I can play my music and it's wireless. My phone's right here, it's not even plugged in. And for £182, guys, I have to say that Temu did bits this time. The good thing about this Apple CarPlay system is you can actually go back to the old system. So I can actually go back to the iDrive system, which is amazing because I can obviously look at service history and there's a lot of information on here that I don't want to lose, but it's really, really handy. It really is illegal putting an Android unit on a BMW. If you can't afford to do it, don't buy one of the cars, that's what they say. But 1.5K, you taking them a junkies? Who do you think I am? President Barack Obama? I don't got millions in the bank account, mate. Now, at the start of the video, you guys would probably know that I had a lot of warning lights on the dash. Now, one of them has actually been cleared off. There was actually one warning light on the dash for the rear LED lights. Because I switched the stock ones to an aftermarket one, it kept telling me that there basically wasn't lights on the back, or there was a problem with the lights. And all I did is I coded it to basically tell the car it is LED now. So ever since that, there's no more warning light. Now there's only one more annoying ass light on the dash, and it's actually the tire pressure sensor. Now we do have tire pressure sensors in each wheel, I believe at least, but I just think that they've died maybe because they're just not connecting to the car anymore. That's a pretty annoying process because we've got to take the tires off, replace the battery or the sensors themselves, then go from there. Proper annoying. But literally just one light on the dash now. I'm quite proud of that, to be honest. But unfortunately, guys, that is actually the end of today's video on the BMW M240i. I want you guys to let me know what you want me to do with this car. Do you guys want me to keep it, push it further, or get rid of it and start a completely new series on the channel? I really want to hear from your guys' perspective because I want this channel to be completely what you guys want. Pretty much everything on this car has been done without going into a mortgage to send this car even further. But yeah, guys, let me know what you would like to see on this M240i, if there's any modifications you want to see, or if you just want me to send it to the gulag, raffle it off, or sell it. I would love to send this car to like stage 3, but turbo's like 3 grand. Mate, I'm gonna have to go to Barclays and ask them for a loan at that rate. But is this the end of the BMW M240i series? I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Massive thank you for all the support you guys give me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you faces in my next video.